Isn't it like the Dallas Cowboys that have their fans focusing on everything but football? They love to tell us how they're going to pay all their stars, yet they pay none of them. Meanwhile, the Eagles are focusing on football. The Eagles are focusing on getting better. And this week, we go to Jacksonville to see an old friend. And let me tell you, it's a good thing Nick Foles ain't playing, because this team, don't care who it is, will double moonwalk everybody's ass.
Double move on the red.
Yo, everybody doing? King Dingbat here, and I hope everybody's just as excited for week 2 of the preseason versus Jags as me. Yes, it's a preseason, but I don't care. When the Eagles take the field, I'm excited. I can't wait to watch. I'll be streaming right here on this channel. Come hang out with me. It's going to be fun. It's going to be intense, and we're going to double moonwalk some ass. So come on, Thursday, hang out. I can't wait. Anytime the Eagles play, I love it. I love it. Now, a couple things I have to say before we get into the preview of the game and what happened in practice today. First thing, if you're a Madden player out there, I hope you've been practicing. I hope you've been getting ready, because I just need a few days. I got it. I got the game. I just need a few days. Then I'm coming for all your asses. Double moonwalk everybody. All yous are going to get double moonwalked. So, and let me tell you, I don't run from anybody. So I will put my ID for the PlayStation 4 in the description. Add me as a friend, and in a few days, get ready to get double moonwalked in the ass with me. Woo, woo, woo. I am good. Actually, I haven't played Madden in 3 years, but I don't care. You come and crush me, then you crush me. What are you going to do? Now, the Eagles made some moves today, okay? First thing is they waived Breakout to safety. If you remember, he hurt himself during the game, a bad hamstring or something, and he's going to miss several weeks. They wind up waiving him, and they bring back a defensive tackle that was on our team before, Aziz too. I think he's just pretty much a camp body, but they bring him back and give him Countess's roster spot. So, interesting move. I think with Jonathan Cyprian signing and looking good, Sendejo looking good, I think Countess was on his way out anyway. So the next thing I want to address real quick is a few rumors that are out there regarding the Eagles. The first one is that the Eagles are taking offers and taking phone calls about Big V. They're possibly looking at moving him, possibly trading him. We'll see. He's been playing a lot of guard during camp with the emergence of Mulata. Even though he's been up and down so far, the Eagles are really high on him. And then you have Andre Dillard. He may become expendable. We're going to have to see. I'm going to talk a little bit more about this later in the week, because I want to tie it into a few other trade ideas and stuff I have brewing in my stinking dingbat head, okay? So we'll talk about that more later. The other thing to watch out for is apparently there's a tackle that's in the Army that the Eagles, they want to sign him, and basically he has to get a waiver from the Army that says he can go and play for a professional football team. His name is Brent. Toth, I think. Toth. Not sure how you pronounce it. Don't know much of him as a player. He's a tackle. I don't know if they would want him to move him to guard or what their plans are, but he must have a lot of upside, because the Eagles are looking at signing him. He's 6'6", 305 pounds, but he needs a waiver. Now, if he gets that waiver from the Army, which I'm thinking he probably will, because I think they just changed the rules a few years ago or something, that basically if somebody in the Army has a chance to be in a professional sport, they can get a waiver to go, because you don't want them to miss that opportunity. So I think he'll probably get it. I think the Eagles will probably wind up signing him if the rumors are true, and we'll see how they use him. But maybe that's connected to possibly trading Big V. But I got to throw it out there because it's very, very interesting. Okay, so keep your eye on that. Now, as far as practice went, the first thing I want to mention is Andre Dillard was back at it again. He was back at it again, double moonwalking ass. He got in another fight, his second fight in 2 days. I love it. I love this guy. I love everything about his aggressiveness, his nastiness. And look, I'm looking forward to him getting into it with some Jacksonville Jaguars on Thursday night, because why not? I mean, you've been fighting your own teammates all week. Might as well start fighting somebody else. But I love it. I love everything I hear about Andre Dillard. I love that he's aggressive, he's nasty, and that's a great thing. Great sign on the character and who this greatest tackle we drafted is. I'm very excited about it. This gets me very excited when I hear that he's fighting people and stuff. It's great. I love players like that. It's like the John Runyon days. That's what it reminds me of, John Runyon. So, anyways, that was a good thing. Then we had Carson Wentz today. Carson was pretty on point. He was really good today. Great in the red zone. Him and Deshaun Jackson had a really nice hookup. Him and Alshon. Nelson Aguilar's catching everything. And it was a good day at practice. Malcolm Jenkins had a very strong practice as well. He's had a very, very good week. And Avonte Maddox was really, really good today too. It was a bit supposed to be on a lighter side of practice because tomorrow they have a private walkthrough that's closed to the media, and then they travel to Jacksonville. So there wasn't too much going on in camp really, but I'm very excited about preseason. Now, there are a few things that we got to mention. Rodney McLeod was back at practice today, and that was good because a lot of people were worried that he got hurt the other day, and then he had the day off with a veteran day off, and people were like, "Hey, is he hurt? Is he really okay?" And they didn't know. He was back at practice. He's fine. He's good to go. And I think with him being healthy, because everybody's saying he looks really good coming back from that injury he had. I think it was ACL. Then you have the emergence of Jonathan Cyprien, who came in, has been great. Sendejo has been great. And you kind of know that Countess was on his way out. As soon as they signed Cyprien, I thought Countess is probably gone. So I think the Eagles, they're sitting pretty with where they are with the guys they have at the safety position, and I'm very confident in the safeties we have. And it's good to see that McLeod was back on the field practicing. It's a good sign. The other thing we have to watch out for, and to keep your eye on tomorrow, because tomorrow's a big day. Tomorrow's a big day for Brandon Brooks. He is going to be reevaluated on his injury, and it's possible, if possible, he may get cleared and be able to start, practicing, doing some drills, doing more with the team, and this would just be one big step closer to Brandon Brooks returning earlier than maybe all of us thought. So we got to keep our eyes on that tomorrow because Brandon Brooks, he's going to be he's got a big day, and look, I'm praying. Let's hope that he's healthy, he's cleared, he's ready to take the next step. So this was supposed to be like a lighter practice today. Tomorrow they got the walkthrough, and it's closed to the media, and then they travel to Jacksonville. And technically, this was the last training camp practice. Next week we have joint practice with the Baltimore Ravens, and then that leads up to the third preseason game. And usually, what happens with teams usually after the third preseason game, teams go from training camp schedule to regular season schedule. So the Eagles will transition from what they were doing training camp and the practice times and all that to basically what they're going to do during the regular season, practice-wise and stuff like that. So they're kind of out of that training camp cycle, and it's regular season mode they start to get into. So that's what they'll be doing, and that's why technically today is considered really the last training camp practice for the Eagles. Next week, like I said, is a joint practice though, and that is training camp. So anyways, Eagles, they're going to head to Jacksonville. Can't wait. I'm ready. I can't wait for this game. We know Nick Foles is not going to play. The Jags said they don't want him to play. They don't want no peeps. They don't want no part of this nasty line we got. They don't want him coming for Nick Foles. No, but I don't blame the Jacksonville Jaguars at all. But Foles isn't going to play. It is weird to see him in another uniform. I got to tell you, I know he played for the Rams and the Chiefs, but since we won the Super Bowl and everything that happened, it is weird to me when I see him in a Jacksonville Jaguars jersey. It's going to be weird looking at him during that game in a Jacksonville Jaguars jersey, but they're going to play them nonetheless. It is football after all, and he's going to sit out. I'm assuming, and I don't know for sure because Doug said he hadn't made up his mind yet, but I got a feeling Carson's not going to play either. I got a feeling he's not going to play, especially with Lane Johnson out. But if he does, maybe he gets one series. It ain't going to be much, you know what I mean? And that's okay because personally, one of the guys that I really want to see in Thursday's game is I want to see Cody Kessler. I think Cody Kessler needs a lot of reps, maybe a whole game. He needs a lot of reps because if we're not going to go out and bring in another veteran quarterback, we're going to rely on him. And what I want to see from him is I want him to instill confidence in me, in you, in some fans, that if we need him for like one game or two games, that he could actually come in and do it and give us a chance to win. You know what I mean? I definitely know he can't do the whole season, but maybe like one or two games. And so I hope he can show us something. And I think if it was me, probably I'd play Cody Kessler the whole game. I don't need to see Thorson. I don't. Maybe like last drive of the fourth quarter, that kind of thing. So the guy that I'm really curious to watch and I'm going to be really keeping my eye on is Cody Kessler. Cody Kessler has to show me something because right now, after Sudfeld's out, I'm a little nervous about who's the backup right now and if he's capable. I hope Kessler can show me something. One of the other things I really want to watch this game is I want to see how the rookies do week 2. Now that they had a chance to go out and play and they're going to play in their second, I want to see if they do a little bit better. Andre Dillard did about as good as you can do for a guy in his first game. Andre Dillard was fantastic. I think he'll play a lot. I thought Miles Sanders, he only got 3 carries. I hope to see a little more of Miles Sanders. Maybe see him break something off, show us a little bit of his talent. He was running. He had nowhere to go, really. I mean, he had backup offensive line. It's not a big deal, but I just want to see him do. I want to see him do something. Do something with your life. Do something, Miles Sanders. I want to see it. And then I want to see JJ Arcega-Whiteside. I want to see what he does on the field. To start that game, and he almost had a great catch. It was a diving catch. You see, it was like, and he almost had it. That would have been awesome. But, he dropped it. But I thought he was pretty good as the game, got later and later. I thought he got better and better. So I want to see how he does. I would like also to see Marquand Michel get more reps. Put him out there earlier. I want to see if this kid can win a job. I want to see if he can do it. Can he do it? That's what I want to know. I like what I've seen of Marquand Michel. I like what I've heard of Marquand Michel, and I want to see if he can do it. And, Matt Collins practiced today. So Matt Collins practiced today. Will he play? Will Matt Collins play? He needs to play. Because Marquand Michel's coming for a spot. So I want to see if he plays. So I'm going to be very focused on these receivers. I want to see what Agadosi can do. Can you do something, buddy? You didn't really have a good game, but he's 6'6", man. I like his physical attributes, and I'm looking for an excuse to put this guy and keep this guy on the team. So I want to see what he can do. Some of the other guys, can Ward step up, have a good game? It's going to be interesting, And then, also on the running backs, of course, I'd like to see a little more Jordan Howard, even though I don't think we'll see much. I also want to see Josh Adams have a great game. After that fumble really pissed me off. I'm not going to lie. I like Josh Adams, but that fumble just irritated me because that was what he had to work on and then the first game. So I want to see Josh Adams come and run like his life depended. Like, look how Smallwood ran the ball. Smallwood looked like, man, I gotta get my butt in gear. That's what I want to see from Josh Adams. That's what I want to see. You know what I mean? So we'll see. It's going to be interesting, and of course I want to see how Jordan Mailata looks, and if he can be a little more consistent. And then from the defensive side of the ball, my eyes are at that battle at that 4th defensive end spot. I want to see Josh Sweat have a better game than he did last week. I know a lot of people don't agree with me. I want to see him get off the ball quicker. I want to see explosion. I want to see double moonwalks of the ass. I want to see how he does. I also want to see how Deshaun Hall, how he's going to play. Maybe put him in earlier. Give him stiffer competition. Let's see what he can do. Let those guys battle. Let them battle for that 4th defensive end spot. What about Eli Harrell? Let's see what he looks like. He's going to play in his first game for the Eagles. So let's see how he looks. Of course, I'll be watching Sidney Jones, Avonte Maddox very closely. Russell Douglas as well. And, it's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. But, those are the main guys that I'm really going to be focused on, especially on that defensive side of the ball. And let me say, I'm going to be watching LJ Fort very closely, too, because I was very impressed with him. Now, during my initial watching of it, I said, LJ Fort, good. He was up and down. But the more I watched him, going back and watching, he was really actually pretty good. I mean, that one touchdown over his head, I'm not sure if that was his fault or Cyprian's fault. So I want to see LJ Fort. Of course, with any of these preseason games, the thing you have to worry about the most is no injuries. And I wish no injuries upon the Eagles, no injuries upon the Jacksonville Jaguars, and hopefully they all could have just a good game. And so those are the things that I'm going to be watching and looking for come Thursday. What are you guys going to be looking for? Let me know in the description box, or in the comment box, some comment section. Let me know in the comment section. Dingbat. I know, I'm a dingbat. What are you going to do? But I'm ready to tear you all up in Madden. Just give me a couple days. I love it. I hope you guys are like, I'm going to kill. You'll probably score like you'll probably beat me like 120-0. Like, I stink at Madden, just to let you know. But I love to talk crap. So anyways, let me know what you think about this game coming up, who you're going to be watching, where your eyes are going to be, and let's talk about it. With that said, take care. Talk to you later, and don't be a dingbat.